Welcome. Do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe. TB Joshua's wife promises Peter Obi 8 million votes. The wife of the late founder of Synagogue Church of All Nations, known as Kwan, Pastor Mrs. Evelyn TB Joshua, has promised to give Peter Obi 8 million votes from her congregation and friends. Evelyn is the current general overseer of the SCOAN, that's the Synagogue Church of All Nations, a Pentecostal church headquartered in Lagos with branches across continents. The church also has members spread across the world in millions. In a video clip circulating in the social media, TB Joshua's wife was heard saying during one of the church services that "I will give Peter Obi 8 million votes from my church." According to her, Peter Obi is a movement and phenomenon. Well, here is one of Peter Obi's supporters in person of Mrs. Evelyn TB Joshua, and she has come to show her support by declaring that she's going to give Peter Obi 8 million votes. I don't know how she's going to do that, but she said she's going to do it by telling her friends and church members to vote for Peter Obi. So this is just how she wants to show support to make sure Peter Obi becomes the president of Nigeria. Now, talking about the Synagogue Church of All Nations, let me provide a little background on the history of the church. The Synagogue Church of All Nations is a mega church located in Lagos, Nigeria, with its headquarters in Ikotun Egbe, Lagos. Well, Joshua, who is the church founder and senior pastor, he died following services on June 5th, 2021. Now, after his death, his wife is now the current general overseer of the synagogue church, and that's where she said she's going to get the 8 million vote from the congregation and from her friends. And she's one of a very good supporters of Peter Obi, because for her to come out and support Peter Obi with 8 million votes shows that she's really rooting for him to become the president. Her move and effort to support Mr. Peter Obi has sparked several reactions from her fellow obedients, as one was actually imploring everyone to get their voters card, and they should not give Peter Obi a social media vote, and they should help make it realistic. That's, let it not just be lip service. That's what he's trying to say, that it shouldn't just be lip service. They should bring it to action. They should make it realistic. Let them bring it into reality. That's what he's trying to say. And another one was actually saying that Peter Obi becoming president of Nigeria, Biafra agitation will stop, Yoruba agitation will stop, and our economy will grow. Do you think it's going to be possible? Do you think Peter Obi's administration can unite Nigeria? Well, that's what I can't say for now. And then the question on whether it is the right thing for a servant of God to be involved in politics. Do you think it's fair enough for a servant of God to be involved in politics? Well, I don't see anything wrong in that, because the decision at the end of the day would definitely affect everyone. So the fact that she's supporting Peter Obi to get 8 million votes. Is her choice, and that's how she plans to support him. In her move to support Mr. Peter Obi, it seems like everyone is solidly behind her, as she has received several cheers. Everyone is cheering her to go on. Even though you shouldn't let anyone tell you what to do, you should be able to make your own decisions. You should be able to follow your heart. So I don't know the 8 million people she's trying to push into voting for Peter Obi. You shouldn't let anyone pressurize you. If you feel is right, then you can do it. And I just hope there is no selfish motive behind her pledge. There is no selfish motive behind her plans. So in anything we do, we shouldn't let anybody push us or persuade us into doing something we don't want to do. So if you feel Peter Obi is the right candidate, you can vote for him, or if you feel otherwise, you can make your choice. It's just up to you, so that at the end nobody will say so person pressurized me into picking the wrong person, and I utterly regret my decision. Now you have to make the right choice. And then the fact that Peter Obi's administration is going to allow for one Nigeria, do you think it's going to be possible for Biafras to stop their agitation, for the Yoruba nation, for the Omo Odua to stop their agitation for independence, for freedom? Do you think it's possible, despite all the efforts they've made to try to bring their visions into reality? Miss Evelyn pledged to get 8 million votes for Peter Obi. I feel she should just keep it to herself. She shouldn't drag anybody into her own personal sentiments. Let the election be free and fair. Let people do what they want. Let them support what's right for them. You don't have to drag anybody to support a particular person. And she should not try to pressurize anyone into doing her bidding. And she shouldn't force anyone into doing what they don't want to do. You should try to make your own choice. You should do what you feel is right. Don't let anybody push you into doing what you don't want to do, because I don't know where she's planning to get the 8 million votes from. Her friends and church members, from her congregations rather. You just have to do what you feel is right, and don't let anybody push you or pressurize you into doing their bidding. Well, do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to get more news updates from us. Thank you.